I'm Kathy Wolf, and we're going to get you right on through that holiday season and do it a little bit easier. We started off with a perfect Thanksgiving collection, everything to make the perfect Thanksgiving dinner. One of the things that I like in my stuffing is I like to have great nuts in there. I love to have little cranberries, love to add in some of the fruits. This is a great way to do that. It's our Ferris company, the 3 pounds of the berry and nut mix. Now, here are your choices, because we've got some excellent choices. We have the cherries, berries, all of them are going to come in 3 of the 16-ounce jars. So you get 3 pounds worth of the incredible nuts, and we'll explain why these are different if you've never had them before. But in the choices, we do have, I should probably come down the front so as I'm saying it correctly. So we do have the one that has the blueberries, the cranberries, and the nuts. We have every one of the options in raw and unsalted or roasted and salted. So your choice of the blueberries, cranberries, and nuts, or we have our cherries, berries, and nuts. Now, the only one that we have that's only in the roasted and salted is going to be the cherries, berries, and nuts. And chocolate. We added chocolate on in. Yes, the season has come. We can actually bring those out to you. These are also, those are seasonal. The rest of them are all available for you on AutoShip. It's our 60-day AutoShip program. Free shipping and handling. Customer pick 097976. Want to welcome Carrie Miletto on into the hour. I know what a great treat this is. This is a company that is almost 90 years in history. Yes. But here with us on HSN, coming up on 4 years now.
Yes, I know. Time has flown, and it's been wonderful. And Ferris, yes, almost 90 years in business, Grand Rapids, Michigan, a USA-based company that gives you the best. I hate to even call it a trail mix because it gives you the best gourmet mix you are ever going to find. And it comes down to the ingredients. This is the factory in Grand Rapids where everything is brought and sourced from the proper places. That's what we're going to talk about. Because what sets a mix apart? Where do you get those nuts from? Where do you get those fruits from? How are they prepared? Everything is done fresh upon your order. So I want you to understand right now, when you call up and order this, it's not going to sit on a shelf. It's not going to sit in a bag. It's not going to have hands through it in the gourmet shop. This is going to go right into the container and right to your house. Now, what's in it? Let's get back to that.
You got
That's
it.
the exciting part. I know. I'm like, let's go. Yes. Okay. Cashews. These cashews are from India and Brazil. And I love starting here, and I love placing them next to my thumb so you can see. This is not your normal store-bought. Okay, that's a store-bought cashew that you may be familiar with.
Whole.
Yeah, it is. And you're right. Sometimes they come up all, you know, because they've been shipped, you know, like crazy. These, again, India, Brazil, the reason, the climate is perfect. It's going to get them to their nice size. It's going to get them with notes inside. They're actually going to have flavor inside, which is unusual, I think, when we think about trail mixes actually having notes. USA cranberries. Now, these look like they've been freshly sliced, so I can actually take one up and see these two got together. And they always stick together because they're so juicy. That's how your dried fruits are supposed to be. They're not supposed to be rock solid hard that you can hit them on the counter. They're supposed to be where you can bite into them and still taste the fact that they are fruit. Almonds from California, again, one of the top places to get them from. Michigan cherries. This is a treat.
Look at this Michigan cherry.
These two are stuck together. Let me take the look at the oh, you can see the juice. Yeah, you can see the juice.
Well, and that's where they're made. That's where all the Ferris is actually made, is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They save the best of the best for themselves in making these.
Absolutely. And, you know, usually with a trail mix, you're usually looking at raisins. And here they've added the Michigan cherries to give you that extra splurge, that extra gourmet feeling, because it is gourmet to have those. They, you know, last time I checked, a pound of Michigan cherries was over $14.
Wow.
So I want you to think, if you were to try, and we've had callers tell us, we've tried to put this mix together ourselves. We went out and we sourced all these different things, and it was astronomical. So we are not making you pay for that. We're putting it together for you and giving you whole pecans from Texas. And Alice talks about that all the time.
Bigger and better.
Because she knows. And you know what's great about having a whole pecan? Because if it wasn't whole and if it was chopped, it takes out the oils and it dries out. So if you've ever had a pecan that's already been broken up, it's not going to taste as flavorful as one that stays whole. So what you're looking at here is your cherry berry mix. This is the classic. This is what we've been doing for over 3 years. This is what you would say, I want cherry berry. Now, if you want to say, okay, let's remove the Michigan cherries. I'm just going to take them and set them aside for a second.
What is wrong with you? I'm kidding.
We've made sure it's a good substitution. blueberries.
Yeah.
So place your antioxidants in your hand. Blueberries are huge for antioxidants, and these are very, very, very sweet. So what they're going to do is they're going to blend beautifully with these nuts and blend beautifully with the cranberries and give you that blueberry, cranberry, and nut taste. So that's your blueberry cranberry if you want to.
I was going to say, and blueberries are so popular too. And you also don't find blueberries inside of there. So remember, every single one of these, you actually get 3 pounds, or the individual full-size pounds. You're going to have your choice of the blueberries, cranberries, and nuts. Or we have the cherries, berries, and nuts. And then we have cherries, berries, and nuts with chocolate.
And here's the chocolate.
Here's the chocolate.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the chocolate.
And that's roasted and salted.
This is, yes. And this is not any kind of chocolate. This is a bittersweet dark chocolate. And the reason that's important, if we did candy chocolate like this, the problem is it's too sweet. It's going to take away from the cranberries. It's going to take away from the Michigan cherries. By adding a dark bittersweet chocolate, what we're actually doing is we're blending perfectly. It's a flavor explosion. It's going to give you that dark chocolate. It's going to pull out the sweetness in the cherries and in those cranberries. And it's just going to be a perfect taste.
And Carrie, they're both fantastic. If you are watching your sodium intake, get the raw and unsalted. They're out of this world. Are you a breakfast skipper? Are you one of those, you're running out the door, or you just don't want to make any noise, you don't want to sit thing up, you don't want to have to worry about dishes? Grab a little handful of these, put them inside of a little baggie or a little piece of Tupperware or any of your little Corningware, and then you're going to have these as a great snack. You can use these for baking. These nuts and these cherries and these cranberries and these blueberries inside of your stuffing are out of this world. I tried that last year. They're also wonderful with your granolas. If you want to mix them in with the granola and a little bit of on top of yogurt, making beautiful parfaits on top of your salads. But it's also, it's so convenient. I leave one of these, not the chocolate one in Florida, but I leave one of these in my car, and I have them on AutoShip. I've had them on AutoShip, I think since we first started doing it, I want to say a year and a half now, because I was always constantly going back in and trying to find them. That way you're never without these. These do sell out, and free shipping and handling makes it all the better.
They always go so much quicker.
Look at the difference.
You know, and that is what it's about. You know, I have a friend of mine that's a personal trainer, and he always says, I always recommend to my clients to always have some nuts around, about an ounce of nuts, because they have a lot of fiber. But here's the nuts we're used to, and here's the nuts that Ferris is offering. So when you look at something like this and you say, well, you know, why should I do it? First off, a gazillion reviews, and I love reading reviews. Please keep them coming in because I keep reading them. And the thing about that is, you've told us how much you love them, and that's what's important here. Understand, you have not had a trail mix till you've had Ferris. That's what it's really about. And again, sourcing things from the proper places, it takes a different, it's going to be a different taste. You can look at this and see that this is going to be a much more pleasurable experience. And when you go down to things like fruits, this is this is the big one. So here's the fruits we're used to. I always laugh when I do this, right? So here's our Ferris fruits, and here's our store-bought fruits generally, right? Now, you're going to have to follow me for a second on this one, because white banana, I think. Okay, yes? Okay, so we come down here for me. Sorry, guys, make you move. Okay, everyone laughs at me when I do this. But are we laughing when we're eating this? Because when you bite into this, think about that. Okay, yes, we want a little bit of a crunch, but that's hard. I was just hitting it on the table pretty hard.
And the pineapple is like dipped and rolled in sugar.
Rolled in sugar, same thing. I can hit it. I'm hitting this hard on the table. And yeah, you look at it and you can't even press it. How about you take your cherry and you rip right into it, just like this. I've ripped into it.
Look at that.
Spread it on my hands.
Look at that. That's a cherry.
This is sticking to my hands because there's so much juice in it. That is a properly dried fruit. That is the experience I want to have. I want to meld that with a beautifully tasting cashew and an almond and just let that melt in my mouth. Totally different experience.
And all you need to know is, do you want them roasted and salted, or do you want them raw and unsalted? That's the only difference that you need to know. And then which one is going to be your flavor choice. You get cranberries in both. It's interesting because we say cherries, berries, and nuts. Well, one of the berries happens to be cranberry. So it's cherries and cranberries and nuts. And then you have it with or without your choice of the chocolate chunks. Then we have blueberries. The only difference between the two of those is that we do have the blueberries, which actually are instead of the Michigan cherries.
Correct.
So if you prefer blueberries or you love the antioxidants that are in there, that's another nice way to get those too.
You know, and the thing, we just took this and we just dumped a container or two into this basket. And I want you to think about everyone that's coming over to your house. Think about your tailgating. Think about the parties, Thanksgiving. When you have something like this out, it attracts the eye. It's something that's actually, and I am all about sweets. No joke. I love to have my sweets, especially this time of year. But it's about making sure we're not going crazy. We want to make sure that we indulge, but we also make sure to keep that healthy choice around. And what I have found is having a healthy choice there means I'll be most likely to do that instead of run to the vending machine or run to, you know, somebody brings in a whole bunch of stuff at work maybe. A lot of us are doing that right now. And you go, ooh, if you have a little this sitting at your desk or sitting in your car or anything, I always carry a baggie around with me. So you never know when you end up in a line.
Yeah, I leave mine right in the little container.
You keep it. It's resealable. So again, you're getting
has like a little handy holder. I always call it on the back. It's got a little indentation.
Yeah, it
so
is.
They're easy to keep.
And you know, and I love that we've also done it where you can see all the way around. We're hiding nothing at Ferris. We want you to see that these are whole, these are gorgeous, these are beautiful. This is what you should feel proud to put out on your table for guests.
And you can't find these out and about.
No, you cannot.
This is the only way that you can find them, and that's why we offer them to you. Available, simple and easy, right straight to your home. We deliver them, delivery direct. They're incredibly fresh. They taste really good. The flavor is there. You have that just each and every single time that you need a little bit of a snack or you need a little bit of a pick-me-up. The one that I keep in my car, and that's the one I keep on AutoShip all the time. I reorder the raw and unsalted for me.
Okay.
But for my kids, they like the salt.
Because
they're involved in sports and they need just a little pick-me-up before a game. They have a 5 o'clock game. It's not really dinner time, but they need a little bit of that before they get out there. These are really good snacks, and it's quick, it's easy. They're great to take on an airplane with you if you're going to be traveling, if you're in a car, if you're on long car rides. Trust me, you know how expensive those can be when you stop into the stores and you're just trying to pick up that little tiny little package in a convenience store, and they're like $6, $8.
Absolutely.
And you're going, wait a minute, what's convenient about this? I guess it's convenient, but that's it. It's very, very costly. For under $40, you're able to get these delivered right straight on into your home. This comes to us from a company that is almost 90 years in business, creating and making and manufacturing and bringing these to you right directly proudly from the United States of America. Yeah. Look at the difference. In trail mix, that's what we're used to getting.
Right. A lot of candy, a lot of sugar.
What we resort to.
I mean, it's, you know, and we think, oh, I'll just get it because it's better for me. But, you know, ultimately, think about this. If you can lower the sugars, if you can lower, you know, salts, all of that. And I want to make a point also. I don't want to forget to say this. If you are kind of like on the fence about raw or roasted salted, roasted salted is lightly dusted with salt. And I mean that. It's not poured over.
You don't feel the salt at all.
Exactly. It just does that nice little, like there it is. That's that little, because we want to bring out the flavors that are already in our nuts and fruits. We don't want to douse them where you don't taste anything but the salt. So you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you have a regular mix and you're like this. And you're like drinking.
And I put mine on yogurt and stuff a lot too.
So yeah, having it where it doesn't do that to you is great. And yeah, that is what we've done over here. We've actually just done a little bit of parfait. Our salads. Think about how this just takes your salad from ordinary to like, bam, it pops.
Ordinary to extraordinary.
That's right. You just pop a little bit of Ferris on there and you're good to go. Just a handful goes a long way. Over here, we've actually made macaroons.
Oh, no
by taking the cashews and grounding them up and made macaroons from them. So that's if you're above and beyond baker. And then we also have cereal. Early morning, kids love it. Pop a little bit on your cereal, and again, taking something from ordinary and just adding a little something that takes it over the top. And yes, I have done it in my stuffing. I love it in my stuffing. Just a handful, crush it up, place it in there, or go put more if you want, whatever you want. But there's so many things you can do with your Ferris. But I think the best thing to know is that you're getting something that's giving you fiber, it's giving you antioxidants, that's giving you protein. This is something that's going to be a snack that you can feel good about. How many times we have those, you know, 100-calorie snacks or whatever they are in the vending machines and all that stuff, but then you eat them and you go, I'm still hungry. I still want something. And you don't feel satiated. The thing about nuts is, again, with the fiber, they're satiating you. They're giving you that full feeling. So when we attack all these buffets we're about ready to hit, take a little handful, just like I have right here. Eat this. Then go to your buffet.
Oh, good idea.
Yes, because that's what happens. It gives you that full feeling, so you can eat a little bit, but you're not going to go crazy and regret it later.
And we have over 600 reviews that are perfect 5-star. just on this one product. If you want the cherries, berries, and nuts, which is the traditional one, that is the most popular right now. We also have just in stock today, cherries, berries, and nuts, and chocolate with the chocolate chunks in there. And that comes in the roasted and salted version. And then we also have the brand new, the blueberries, cranberries, and nuts. So instead of the cherries, we have it with blueberries. If it's your choice, actually, I think it's this one right here. $39.95. We have over 600 of you now having ordered them. Get a couple of them. Get them on AutoShip every 60 days. They'll automatically be shipped to you, and they're shipped to you for free. Healthy snack?
Yes.
You're back at 5 o'clock?
I am.
All right, our today's special is going to help you get gorgeous, shiny, healthy hair. It's coming up in moments. Here's Adam.
Sure.